Oh yeah, at Flagstaff. Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, take that way.
Warriors here, this is gungulum 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 gung. This is Ghana News TV. The time is 6 o'clock. Let me follow Ghana.
Follow and watch Ghana News TV.
So send this cafe amanoni aba Africa ha Usulem Fi. Say ye fear wo pese wo ntono Usulem Fi. Edan ya na say Japade a wani da so a wo pese oto wa Africa ha no Usulem Fi. Se wo send this sika ama odofo e de aboa no wo Africa ha Usulem Fi. Sanso e na se wo tie obi school fees ama no a Usulem Fi. Nyenti a make kanfo Lem Fi ama one say utimi send this sika e fa Lem Fi so a e ma ne begu bank account mu sanso e na timi begu mobile money account mu. Eno achi nso no de bia Lem Fi e wo daily rate a e ma hu sika dodo a wo send a wo benya Lem Fi e secured na wo send this car enche na nipa wo send ama no ne nsaka Lem Fi wo USA, Canada, UK, Italy, Germany, Ireland, Netherlands, Spain, Belgium, Portugal and France. What the Lem Fi send this car untu ahwe bomodian dey use me code NEWS news na say ene any day they can register or Lem Fi so a unya bonus sanso and use to chance so a ye wo bonuses ahodo a ye de ma
Republic of Ghana. Please remain standing for the national anthem of the Republic of Ghana.
Partners, captains of industry, members of the private sector, media colleagues, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Year's forum, and it's one that continues to shape the future of Ghana and EU relations, cooperation, and sustainable development. Please let me begin by acknowledging with the utmost respect. Give me so much happy applaud, and at this juncture, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our guest of honor, His Excellency John Mahama, gives us his address.
Thank you very much. Kindly resume your seats. The Honorable Ministers of State, the Deputy Director General, Mariam Ferran, of the General International Partnership Directorate, Your Excellencies, the Ambassadors of the European Union, other members of the Diplomatic Corps, captains of business from Ghana and Europe, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure and optimism I welcome you all to the 2025 edition of the Ghana EU Business Forum. I extend a special appreciation to our partners from the European Union and the business communities of our two regions for making time to join us here in Accra for this event. The forum continues to represent the deepening of ties between Ghana and the EU, not just as political allies or development partners, but as genuine collaborators in the shared quest for inclusive economic transformation, sustainable industrialization, and mutual prosperity. The EU remains one of Ghana's most important and consistent development and trade partners. Our collaboration has spanned several decades, covering critical sectors including infrastructure, agriculture, governance, health, and education. But more recently and crucially, we're witnessing a new chapter defined by trade, investment, innovation, and entrepreneurship. This business forum is a testament to our joint commitment to repositioning our relationship on a more sustainable and mutually beneficial commercial footing. Under my leadership, Ghana embarks on a new era of industrial diversification, youth employment, and green transformation. And the role of strategic investors and innovative partnerships will be indispensable in this journey. When this administration assumed office in early 2025, Ghana was emerging from a period of fiscal distress, high inflation, and declining investor confidence. We had to take urgent steps with the presentation of a budget to Parliament that made a steep adjustment in the primary balance from negative 3.9% of GDP to positive 1.5% of GDP by the end of this year. These bold and targeted interventions are beginning to witness the early signs of economic recovery and renewed momentum. In 2024, GDP growth stood at 5.7%, driven mainly by mining, construction, and service sectors. Trends in Bank of Ghana's high-frequency real sector indicators point to a sustained pickup in economic activity at the end of the first quarter of 2025. The updated Real Composite Index of Economic Activity, which is abbreviated CIEA, recorded an annual growth of 2.3% in March 2025 compared to a growth of 1.0% for the corresponding period of 2024. International trade activities credit to the private sector by banks and construction activities contributed to the improvement in economic activity during this period. Inflation, which peaked at 23.8% at the end of 2024, has begun to ease, falling to 21.2% in April 2025, largely due to moderation of both food and non-food inflation and prudent fiscal management. We're projecting to achieve single-digit inflation trajectory by middle of 2026. This will be underpinned by tighter monetary policy and complemented by fiscal consolidation and exchange rate stability. The Ghanaian cedi, which depreciated by 19.2% in 2024, has shown signs of recovery, appreciating by 3.9% against the US dollar by the end of April 2025. This has been supported by stronger forex inflows, improved trade balances, and growing investor confidence. Our gross international reserves have improved further from $8.98 billion in December 2024 to $10.6 billion by April 2025. This is equivalent to almost 5 months of import cover. This reflects enhanced export earnings, particularly from gold and non-traditional exports, as well as timely disbursements from our multilateral partners. Fiscal consolidation is underway. We reduced the fiscal deficits on commitment basis from 7.5% of GDP in 2024 to 6.4% in the first half of 2025. And we're on track to meet our 2025 target end year of 3.1% through expenditure rationalization, improved domestic revenue mobilization, and strong anti-corruption measures. These figures, though early in the year, are clear signs of a disciplined and inclusive economic recovery. In a world order that is changing from multilateral, rules-based systems to unilateral and transactional relationships, we are proud of our partnership with the European Union. Our trade relationship with the European Union remains robust and mutually beneficial. According to the United Nations Comtrade database on international trade, in 2024, the EU imported approximately $3.25 billion worth of goods from Ghana and exported a total of $3.65 billion worth of goods to Ghana. It is worth mentioning overall that Ghana's total exports in 2024 reached a high of 294.9 billion Ghana cedis, which approximately stands at 20.4 billion US dollars. And Ghana recorded a trade surplus overall of 44.7 billion Ghana cedis. 3 commodities accounted for over 82% of our total exports, and these are gold at 163 billion Ghana cedis, mineral fuels and oil at 54.2 billion Ghana cedis, and cocoa and other related products at 28.6 billion Ghana cedis. In the first quarter of 2025, we've already recorded a 13% increase in non-traditional exports, such as processed foods, textiles, and shea butter, reflecting the positive impact of governments-backed industrial policies and renewed market access to the EU. My government's vision is to build a dynamic and resilient economy that creates jobs, adds value to our natural resources, and empowers small and medium enterprises to scale up globally. In pursuit of this vision, we've launched several key interventions, and the flagship of these interventions is the 24-hour economy initiative that is designed to incentivize round-the-clock production, particularly in agro-processing, pharmaceuticals, green energy, and digital services. Our National Apprenticeship and Skills Program aims at equipping our youth with industry-relevant skills for employment in modern manufacturing and services. The Mahama Care Program and our Primary Health Care Program, which will be rolled out soon, will seek to universalize access to quality health and social protection as a productivity enabler. And our broader agenda to position Ghana as a hub for renewable energy and climate-resilient infrastructure aligns with the EU's Global Gateway strategy. This forum presents us with a unique opportunity to unlock the synergies between European capital and Ghana's natural resource potential. The EU's experience in technology transfer, environmental standards, and precision manufacturing is a natural complement to Ghana's youthful population, abundant natural resources, and our strategic location in West Africa. The African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement opens up opportunities to reach a market of 1.3 billion people on the African continent with a combined GDP of more than $3 trillion. I invite EU investors to explore opportunities in the following areas. 1, in agro-industrial zones, integrated value chains for cocoa, cashew, shea nuts, spices and ginger, and vegetables, where EU expertise in food safety standards and packaging can add immediate value to Ghana's products. In renewable energy and green finance, with abundant sunlight and wind, Ghana is committed to becoming West Africa's green energy leader. And with our interconnection on the West African power pool, such power can be utilized domestically or exported to our neighboring countries. The third is the pharmaceutical industry to produce medicines and vaccines for both domestic use and for export to other African markets. Next is digital infrastructure and innovation. Ghana's ICT and fintech sectors are growing rapidly with increased demand for digital public services and data infrastructure. Transport and connectivity, from rail and inland ports to smart city infrastructure, we welcome European investment to support Ghana's regional integration efforts under the African Continental Free Trade Area. I assure all potential partners that under this administration, Ghana is committed to transparent governance, policy predictability, and a reformed business environment. We're restoring confidence in our public procurement systems, enforcing contract sanctity, and protecting investor rights under both domestic and international legal regimes. Excellencies, distinguished guests, let us move beyond dialogue to implementation. Let this forum serve as a platform to launch new partnerships, to create decent jobs, and to transform industry. This government stands ready to work with the EU Commission and its member states to harmonize standards, resolve trade bottlenecks, and foster innovation-led growth. We also wish to encourage institutional linkages between our academic institutions, innovation hubs, and business accelerators. The future belongs to those who innovate, collaborate, and invest in shared prosperity. As we open this forum today, let us reaffirm our shared value of partnership, innovation, and inclusive growth. Let us turn our economic challenges into opportunities for resilience. Let us forge a new legacy, not just of aid or diplomacy, but of productive enterprise, mutual respect, and common progress. Together, we can build a future where Ghanaian ingenuity and European excellence light the way for our mutual sustainable development. I have the honor and privilege to declare the EU-Ghana Business Forum duly opened. I thank you and I wish you fruitful deliberations.
Chad Razali, Ambassador of the European Union to Ghana. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Mrs. Miriam Ferran, Deputy Director General of International Partnerships at the European Commission. We're very glad that she's here with us this morning. Their Excellencies, the ambassadors of the 10 European Union member states resident here in Ghana, Austria, Czech Republic, Denmark, France, Germany, Hungary, Italy, Malta, Netherlands, and Spain. If you could give us a diplomatic wave, please, Your Excellencies. Thank you very much to all of you for being here. To those of you who traveled from far and wide, from other countries and continents to join us here this morning, welcome, Akwaba. We're so glad to have you here in Ghana. And if you traveled from Kaswa as well, welcome and good morning to you. For those of you joining us in cyberspace, we're very
pleased to mention it, renewable energy and there is a huge potential in Ghana. We have technology in the European Union. We have financial schemes that can help de-risk investment. We have the European Investment Bank and other national development banks engage in supporting infrastructure and renewable projects, be it in solar or wind. We have ongoing important projects in hydro too. Just to mention one, together with France, Germany, and the European Investment Bank, in a real Team Europe spirit, we are ready to support with 135 million the development of NetCo, as well as expanding the distribution network in the north of the country. Again, one of the projects we see as game changer. And we also stand ready when the fiscal space of the country will allow to engage into rehabilitation of the Com Dam. And I'm very happy that in 2 days' time I will have the opportunity to visit the dam. So all these interventions to give you a hint of the type of support the European Union can provide to Ghana in fields of joint interest. But of course, we have many more projects that could be developed. On top of this, as I mentioned, we want to support you in securing a conducive business environment, and we are also offering you to seal a sustainable investment facilitation agreement if you would be interested, as a testament of the cooperation and the accessibility and recognition of the business environment to increase trade between the European Union and Ghana. Last but not least, the new projects. I'm happy to announce 3 new initiatives that will take root, one of which we'll sign later today, but that will really start being implemented in the near future. One on the crucial challenge of youth employment. And this is one leg of the regional program investing in young business in Africa, a program that is implemented in a Team Europe approach with the EIB, EBRD, and 10 member states, and will allow supporting young entrepreneurs in the very difficult first phase of their activity so as to secure sustainable jobs and business creation via the youth and women-led organizations. Another one in agriculture on the Better program with France, and also on business development, the Green Digital Inclusive Private Sector Development Program with Germany and the Netherlands. So panoply of forthcoming initiatives, and I very much hope that in the coming period, and sooner rather than later, we'll see concrete implementation and concrete benefit for the citizens of Ghana. Your European one that would improve your ability to invest in Ghana. And we stand ready to continue discussing policy reforms, and from the European Union side, see how we could support policy reform or structural measures or devise support measures to increase concretely investment and trade in the country. We have recent and forthcoming good examples of this cooperation, and I'm happy to be able to announce a few of them in the key fields you have identified. In agriculture, I would like to refer to the pleasure we had basically a year ago to inaugurate the fact that we had developed 670 kilometers of feeder roads in the northern part of the country. This is one important project for us, done together with France with a budget of 50 million euro. And we have another ongoing project for developing irrigation in the country, which I know is very dear to the heart of the minister and crucial for developing sustainable agri-value chains. On the field of health, Minister, you made reference to what we call our MAF Plus initiative, developing manufacturing access to vaccines and health products. We have made good progress. We are working hand in hand with the Food and Drug Administration on the legal framework and regulatory environment. I had the pleasure last year to visit the DEC facility, which is one concrete project under development. I just hope that the financial business plan for this project will finally be closed sooner rather than later, and that we can engage into full-fledged production, because I do believe the production of the vaccines that are foreseen by this specific project will be a game changer in Ghana, for the positioning of Ghana as a health hub in the region, and also it's a scalable project. So if we collectively manage to secure the production of those, you can then amplify the impact with multiplication of other production. And as you know, following the COVID crisis, supporting the whole of the continent in getting sustainable in terms of vaccine production is one of the objectives of the European Union in the field of health. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Of African savannas, jungles, rivers, and oceans. I am the lioness, I am the tigress, and I am the Ghanaian mermaid. I'm the matriarch of modern poetic nations. I am poetry incarnate. And my pen fears no sword, no man, no beast, no woman, no child, no plague. Forget the muse, for I am the muse. The future is impatient. We're standing in a moment that will remember all of us. Do you agree? Ago, do you agree? There we go. And if we're truly here to build, then let's begin with the truth. You've not come here to be a witness. You have come here to remember what is possible when a vision becomes a structure and when a structure begins to breathe. This is not a ceremony. This is a seed. This is soil. This is the sweat of every idea that dares to touch the ground. Ago. Ago. Today you will speak of trade, of investment, and of value chains. But let us not forget that behind every value chain is a real spine, a real body. A young woman somewhere in Navrongo who is learning how to weld solar grids with callous fingers and fluent dreams. I know a young lady. Her name is Abiba. She learned by watching YouTube on a borrowed phone. Her father didn't understand it, but her mother said, make yourself useful to the sun. So now she brings light. Where there used to be only darkness and a high-pitched whine of mosquito wings in hot, breathless rooms, you will speak of renewable energy. But do you not see how the sun waits for us each morning, offering its breath to us like the blessing of a father to his firstborn child? And still Ghana falters and fails to harness the energy that has already chosen us. Ago. The response is Amen, for those who don't know. You will speak of agribusiness. But have you tasted the ache in the yam farmer's back? His yam sweating beneath blue tarpaulin, or as we say in Ghana, tarpaulin. As he watches his harvest spoiled by the roadside, not because he lacks skill, no, but because he lacks cold storage. Ago. This is the promise of Feed Ghana. Not just to grow, but to store, to nourish, and to create wealth that lasts. And I know a young man. His name is Kojo. His eyes are tired. His sweat salts the earth, as though he were seasoning and curing meat for his grill. He does not attend forums, by the way, but his future is going to be discussed in this room and the others around it. Ago. Young Ghanaians are not waiting for jobs. We are shaping them. These are the apprentices, sharpening futures with the vision of Ejumara in their palms, Mr. President. You will speak of pharmaceuticals, but will you remember the pharmacist in Kumasi who cried not from grief but out of pride when the first batch of locally manufactured vaccines was tested and passed? Ago. Another young lady. Her name is Ajwa. She buried her brother before a cure or a vaccine could arrive by shipping. But now she takes that pain and she mixes healing with memory. Now she formulates futures, pouring resilience into every vial, knowing that access begins with collaboration. Ago. This is not a forum. This is not a display. It is a promise in motion, a living commitment to the spirit of the global gateway. This is the table where Ghana and Europe will break bread as the family that we have become. Ago. This is the place where memoranda will meet memory and where policy will touch people, because Ghana and Europe understand what a true partnership looks like when gateways are truly global and borderless. Ago. Where's the body balm? I need a volunteer. Don't worry, it's safe. So I need you to take the body balm. I need somebody to take the body butter. I need somebody to take the soap. And I need someone to take a candle. Do we have the balm? If you have the balm, please stand up respectfully. Please stand up. The balm. It's warm in your hand and rich on the skin. It is the weight of masculine care. It reminds us that presence is power and that healing is strategy. This is for the men who must show up for their families and communities. Ago. The body butter. This butter, it's soft, it's generous, it's healing. It is the grace of feminine boldness, a salve, a butter, a woman's development bank designed to build, to hold the dreams of women who have always created value and now demand capital. Ago. The soap, who has it? The soap. It is a symbol of rejuvenation, a resounding reset. We cannot sow new seeds of value chains with unwashed hands. We cannot enter the future without first washing ourselves clean of the dust of apathy, of delay, and of excuses. Ago. And where's the candle? This candle is made of soy. We do not light it. We will not light it because it already knows its fire. It is the energy stored for us in us. A metaphor for the Ghanaian child who can study beneath the light that does not go out. This is clean power which waits only for honest infrastructure. Ago. The numbers matter, yes, but it's more about the mouths that we feed. It's the jobs that we seed. It's the healthcare system that we so desperately need to weed, because there is young and able health that we must restore. This harvest which we have gathered here to grow, we are planting together side by side. Ago. Ago. Repeat after me. We're planting together side by side. And so around this table of friendship, partnership, and kinship, you will speak of value chains, not the tired ones of yesterday, but the new arteries of fresh blood that are pulsing with promise. Sunlight bottled into panels and wired to rooftops. Seeds stitched into dry soil by the technical majesty and precision of drones and data. Rising from Ghana's own ground, swiftly traveling to where it is needed the most and reducing the high importation costs and the invoice codes. Ago. And when all is done, we will look upon the mural that we would have painted together. We will not just be exporting cocoa and cashew and gold. Ghana, are you listening? We will be exporting soul and story and science, the successful sound of sewing and stitching and singing with one hand, one needle, one voice in unison. Not just the Black Star experience, but the brilliance that Ghana is ready to offer with Europe as a partner. This is the table where Ghana and Europe will break bread as the family that we have become. Ago. Ago. This place is where memoranda will meet memory. And this is where policy will touch people, because Ghana and Europe, we understand what a true partnerships look like. And the gateways are truly global without borders. Ago. So around this table of friendship, partnership, and kinship, we will speak of value chains. Welcome, bienvenue, Akwaba, Miawezo, Asankeba, Wolinkebo, Wahanyamani. Welcome to the conversation that has become commitment. Welcome to a room where the handshake must stretch into something tangible, something edible, something treatable, something livable, something worthy of the people who are not present at the gates of this moment in history, but whose lives will carry the outcomes of this beautiful partnership, which knows how to create floodgates and gateways of opportunity. This is not the future that we wait for. This is the future that we are already shaping. Right here, right now. Repeat. This is the future that we are already shaping right here, right now. Thank you. And we're doing it through a global gateway, through Ghana and Europe, rising in rhythm as one melody, in partnership, in purpose, in peace. We are resetting Ghana, because this is where the work of redemption of the present and the construction of the future of Ghana and Europe's youth continues as it began. My name is Apioko. Thank you.
You saying Ghana is ready for business again. So these are the gestures. I would like to say that we believe in Ghana, and we have an appetite for Ghana, not only in the field of economy and trade, but on other areas. This is the reason why I think it's fair to remind that first and foremost, this great partnership is embedded into shared visions when it comes to our shared attachment to a rules-based multilateral order, and this is today more important than ever. We have a shared vision in our respective roles to support the advancement of the African continent when it comes to security and stability in particular, and we have a shared vision as well in what we can do together to address the needs and to create perspectives for the youth, talented Ghanaian entrepreneurs that we are with us today. So this is our version of what's in a partnership. I would like to thank you once again, Mr. President, acknowledge the member of governments who are here today, and thank the relentless support of my fellow ambassadors of the member states with whom nothing will be possible in this country. I would like as well to highlight that we have the strong participation from Brussels with Madame Ferrand, who is the Deputy Director General for International Partnership, which makes this brick of economic partnership, security partnership, and I would say joint undertaking possible. So for that as well, Madame Ferrand, thank you very much. I will not take more of your time. Once again, this is very exciting to have this new business forum. Important to notice that we don't do that every year, but this is a gesture as well to illustrate that we believe in this partnership and we want to nurture it. Thank you very much.
Since the first Lomé Convention of 1975 through to interim economic partnership agreement signed in 2016, our partnership has matured, generating €6 billion in total trade in 2023 only, and over $4 billion in EU foreign direct investment stock in Ghana. However, the true potential of our cooperation lies not only in the numbers, but in the direction of our future engagement to move beyond commodity-based trade to value-added production, technology transfer, and sustainable industrial partnership. Your Excellencies, allow me to highlight on only 4 strategic areas where I believe Ghana and the EU are uniquely positioned to lead. I've had the opportunity of meeting the delegation, and we have a lengthy discussion this morning, so I'll just zero on 4. 1, agribusiness modernization. My ministry has been realigned by Executive Instrument EI-1 2025 by His Excellency to include agribusiness. So we are now a Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. And we are to focus on the considerable attention on resources, on industry, and also attract investment to the local production of high-quality raw materials in high demand, especially agricultural raw materials that feed into expanding export trade and industry. I therefore call on EU expertise and investment to unlock new value chain through partnership with the private sector to create jobs, boost exports, and enhance our collective competitiveness in the global market. Now on pharmaceutical and vaccine production. Ghana is seeking to become a world-class pharmaceutical manufacturing hub within the West Africa region. With enhanced regulatory capabilities, Ghana stands ready to expand its partnership with the EU firms to manufacture vaccines and essential medicines for domestic use and for the international market. Under the EU's Manufacturing and Access to Vaccines, Medicine and Health Technologies Initiative, Ghana's Food and Drugs Authority became the first in West Africa to achieve WHO Maturity Level 3 certification, a key precondition for vaccine production. I'm happy to state that some Ghanaian pharmaceutical companies, such as Atlantic Life Sciences Limited and DEK Vaccines Limited, are already collaborating with EU partners to manufacture global trade vaccines, an array of medicines for the benefit of the country and our export markets. This, I believe, is a significant milestone towards achieving regional health security. In the area of renewable energy, Ghana has set an ambitious target to increase the share of renewables in its energy mix to 10% by 2030. In our pursuit of energy transition and regional energy security, we encourage EU investors and technology partners to collaborate with us in expanding solar, wind, and other renewable energy solutions to boost our productive capabilities. Your Excellencies, business regulatory reforms. We believe that a vibrant private sector, supported by sound policies and a transparent regulatory framework, is essential for sustainable economic growth. We are therefore poised to strengthen policy stability, transparency, predictability, and establishing long-term measures that reduce risk for our investors. In this effort, the European Union is a critical partner. We look forward to knowledge sharing and capacity building to deepen private-public dialogue to build a business environment that is competitive and beneficial for private sector development. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me be unequivocal. Ghana's vision is not limited to its borders. As a committed member of ECOWAS and a key player in the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, Ghana offers investors access not just to a market of 34 million people, but to a regional market of over 400 million people and a continental market of 1.4 billion and thereafter. This youthful population is a market force that must drive our investment decisions. As we engage over the next 2 days, let us be guided by a singular vision that through strengthened trade and investment ties, Ghana and the European Union can become co-architects of a resilient, inclusive, and sustainable future. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as an African proverb reminds us, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Let us go together farther, deeper, and more sustainably for our mutual benefit. I thank you for your presence, your partnership, and your commitment to this important journey. May the conversations ahead be fruitful. May the partnership forged here be enduring, and may our collective effort yield prosperity for our people.
Before we take the lead on us, so Mr. Sarah will join us, the EU ambassador, all 10 ambassadors representing EU countries here in Ghana. Will you please join us as well? Ministers of State, the Honorable Minister for
Not bad. We'll meet. Isaac, I think you go inside.
So send this cafe amanoni aba Africa ha Usulemfi. Say ye fear wo pese wo ntono Usulemfi. Edan ya na say japade a wani da so a wo pese wo to Africa ha no Usulemfi. So wo send this sika ama odofo e de aboa no wo Africa ha Usulemfi. Sanso e na say wo tie obi school fees ama no a Usulemfi. Nyenti a me kanfo lemfi ama one say utimi send this sika e fa lemfi so a e ma ne begu bank account mu sanso e na timi begu mobile money account mu. Eno achi nso no de bia lemfi e wo daily rate a e ma hu sika dodo a wo send a wo benya lemfi e secured na wo send this car enche na nipa a wo send ama no ne nsa aka lemfi wo USA, Canada, UK, Italy, Germany, Ireland, Netherlands, Spain, Belgium, Portugal and France. What the lemfi send this car untu ahwe bomodi a dey use me code NEWS news na say ene any day di kan o register o lemfi so a unya o bonus sanso e na o use chen so a ye wo bonuses ahodo a ye de ma
Menu makwekwe sa sempa kania. Se menam na meti asempa na mo amane a na ma no keka me. Anyem bia what ANS Trading Agency Limited nka. Se wo ka se door to door for no de na e watwa. Esan so bia ne wa wo se wo ho sa door to door business nim. Wo nneoma wo UK a wo de ko Ghana. Ana se Germany a wo de ko Ghana. 3 to 5 weeks e be kwa kodu nipa ne puno anu se try. Na de mo demonstration ko wo se adwuma de we mu ne se wo ho bo no. E da fom se boko. ANS Trading Agency Limited. E wo air freight special service. Ano nneoma ne ye de be fa play. Entintempa na akwa kodu. Obetima fa sa kwa we ya so de nneoma free Ghana akwa UK ana Germany. FGG dem, which na also agina ye, na men drop bomb. ANS Trading Agency Limited pe, and a 40-footer, any 20-footer container. Yefe UK, ediko Ghana, and Germany, ediko Ghana. Oma manioma yemre, importo, exporto, them there for you. Omo Ghana na mani, 0249-170-423. UK has over fraya, 0790-802-7527. Germany so 09173-771-2733. Ubenya ANS Trading Agency Limited. Our West Croydon ANS Trading Agency Limited. Quantum Brantem. Wana bebo ya baso. Maybe next time in your fill up from the bebro.